SuperBowlShow.com.
Hey, we're live.
Good Sunday morning. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We're live at the Home and Garden Show, Lancaster Event Center, and we've got a good one to kick off. Sunday morning pancakes is how you want to start your Sunday. It's how you want to finish your Saturday. Let's bring in the two gentlemen that will carry us through Sundays from here until they decide to do something else. All right, Nori, give the proper pronunciation of your name, because everybody I know says don't even try to say it.
Yeah, I just tell people they're not going to get it right. My right pronunciation will be Nuridi Nuili, but I just say Neri.
What?
Yeah.
No one can say
What? Those are just sounds. That is perfect.
Yeah, no, I just tell people that they're not going to get it right.
Yeah.
People always try and never get it right.
I'm pretty close.
Yeah.
All right. Well, your buds. Let's bring in Brant Banks. How are you? What's happening?
Nothing much. Just we're excited to do this. You know, we've been really thinking about this for a while, and we thought about the name, thought about it pretty fast, and we took to Twitter, and Sunday morning pancakes it was.
Sunday morning pancakes, paying homage to the pipeline. And for those that don't know it, in football speak, when offensive linemen dominate and put a defender on his back, flat,
Yes, sir.
spent, that's a pancake.
Yes, sir.
And we keep track of it. It's a sign of aggression. It's a sign of dominance.
It's about the only stat an offensive lineman can have that's good.
Right?
The only
Right.
one that really matters, honestly.
Right. It's the only thing that people will go, okay.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well
exactly.
done.
They don't notice anything else, but when you pancake someone, that's it.
It's so funny to me that this group, the offensive line group, who has so much cachet, had gone silent, and I didn't think that was appropriate. This, for all the skill position guys, this team's forward advancement will rely heavily on your group.
Yeah.
Is that a burden and a responsibility that you guys want to take openly?
I personally believe it is. I mean, the guys that we have in the room right now, our coach, I think that everyone we have is everyone that we need. And we can go out next year and kick some ass, because we got all the guys for it, and we got to bring back what we had in the 90s, because that was just smash mouth football. And people that we have right now, that's all we want to do, you know?
Exactly. I also think that, like, the offensive line is, like, such a leading position group, especially in the offense and, like, on the entire team, because you're usually about the biggest group and probably the most close-knitted group in the whole team. So, like, it's nice to be, like, the group to, like, be the leading group.
Well, I think putting the focus on you guys is the right way to go about this.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody pays attention to the divas, right?
Everyone
You pay attention to the dances and divas, but the reality is the real personality and identity of this team lies strictly within you big guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the change of direction and leadership can be the statement you guys want to make. Let's talk about Coach Donovan. Let's talk about Coach Raiola. What's he bring to the table that's different than what you've seen?
So far, we haven't gone through spring ball, but Coach Raiola is awesome. Everything we've been learning is we're not taking steps anymore. We're coming off the ball, we're flying off, and we're hitting people, which is what we need to do. Because that's how we're going to move people. And so I think once we get the movement, we're going to open holes for our awesome running backs.
Yeah.
We got some great skill guys this year, and that's just going to get us points.
Do you guys pay attention to styles of runners that are now coming to the table?
Oh, yeah. So you can see it, like, just body-wise, that some of them are, like, more of the power backs. Some of them are, like, the more agile, the shifty ones. Obviously, Yant is the big bowling ball running through. He's going to fall and get 4 yards, you know what I mean? With Ramir, you see just, like, how fast he is, how shifty he is. And then even some of the smaller guys like Cooper Jewett or, like, Bo Pinsick or something like that, some of the walk-ons that they bring a lot to the table and they bring a lot to the room. Because, some of them are the older guys now.
Do you get excited about Casey Thompson? Do you get excited about Purdy? Do you get it? Like, how does that work for you guys? Do you care who's behind you, or is that important because of the leadership factor and the voice?
It's important because of the leadership factor, but also I think the leadership factor has to come from us mostly. But that being said, it's going to be a hell of a quarterback battle this year.
Yeah,
We got some big guns.
There's a lot of competition going on, and I just think it doesn't matter who's behind us as long as we all have like a connection between him and the center. As long as that connection is real and it's a good connection, it doesn't matter who's behind there. They all can throw the ball. I mean, they're all good QBs.
You wouldn't be in college if you couldn't throw football.
Yeah, let's
True.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's throw. I do want to invite listeners into the conversation. 424-645-5685. The Starter Hammond text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. If you want to call in, the live video stream is up. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can see the big guys and add to the conversation. You mentioned the word competition, and in this fan base, that word matters a lot.
Yeah.
Will there be authentic competition in the offseason all the way up to spring at the line position? Because there's some assumption about guys who could do this, but I'm more interested in who will do it.
Yeah. I think
there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of good guys, especially on the O-line.
We have a lot of depth at almost every position. We just got 2 new guys. They're huge. Kevin Williams is he's a massive human being, and he's gonna be good for us. And I think there's just the competition at every position. I mean,
there's not a position that's locked in right now.
Yeah.
If I asked you guys to identify what was missing last year, what would you say?
I think for one, probably just the feeling of knowing where your QB is in a sense, because a lot of it was Adrian was a great QB. He did made a lot of plays with his feet. A lot of it was the way his style of playing. We couldn't connect very quickly. At least for me, I never knew where he was in the pocket. Which. We never really gave him full trust in us for him to stay in the pocket. So, that connection, I think, was a big factor. Other than that, I think, we just didn't play good enough. I mean,
we did.
Did that conversation ever happen between the line and Adrian Martinez? That hey, we want to fight for you, but we kind of got to know where you are.
I think before the Michigan game.
Yeah.
After he broke his jaw. Well, was that Michigan State or was it Northwestern?
That was he broke his jaw early in the season.
Yeah, it was early on.
Yeah, because
that one
after that game, I remember we were all talking to G about how we cannot get him hurt.
Can't let people touch him.
He cannot be touched.
Yeah. How difficult was for Adrian to lead you guys in a huddle in front of 85 to 90,000 with the jaw being the way it was?
I didn't even know he had a broken jaw until 2 games later.
Yeah. How is that possible? Walk me through that.
So there's one thing about Adrian is besides his athleticism, that is the toughest quarterback I've ever met. I mean, I don't know. I didn't play in the 80s and the 90s. I'm sure they made some tough guys back then, but he could play linebacker and smash people.
Well, Coach Frost might.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was a safety. Adrian.
When your QB goes and becomes a special teams guy.
Yeah. No, I think he's a tough kid. He's with his jaw. Honestly, that's something that a lot of people they don't play through that.
Okay.
And I saw him next week with screws in his mouth. I was like, you get braces, dude? And he's like, no.
I mean, think about audibles and play calling in a loud arena and trying to communicate with you guys.
He couldn't.
He was
like,
he couldn't really talk. So
that was tough. We had to switch our cadence up. Remember that? We had to go to the clock.
That is mind blowing. Sunday morning pancakes. This is the concept and the idea, and that you guys will be able to share what the process is for you, what you enjoy about it, what you love about it, whatever friction you encounter from you can talk about your opponents from week to week. But I think the big message would be the identity of this offense, specifically the offense, because you guys could turn us into a power running team. You could turn this into a zone read adjustment team. You could turn it into a quick offense sort of deal with that. What's your preference? Is your preference just to mash people? Is that Like I don't want to. I always know that coaching linemen, they will tell you, "Hey, we can dance," but that's not who we really are.
Yeah.
I mean, 350, 300-pound guys aren't good dancers. We like to hit people. Like, we're not.
Which one to hit?
I don't know if you've seen Nuri dance, but it's not pretty. So we like. I'm just saying.
All right, now.
So we
All
like.
right, now.
Oh,
This is the start to the show.
yeah, like I was waiting to see who was going to launch the first salvo.
Oh, it's always going to be.
No. Well, I mean,
I'm not good at comebacks.
He
you know what I mean? Like I just take it.
He doesn't
I let
have
it go on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you put one and one together, right?
One and one together.
To make it work. No, I mean, I think sometimes, and fans fall in love with the wide open scheme and,
oh, yeah.
Points. But this particular fan base was built on beating people up.
Yeah.
Like
that's what's so different about Nebraska. Everyone, they just want to get receivers, throw the ball 80 yards down the field, and they didn't do that here. They had big corn-fed dudes and just push people out of the way,
Do you find yourselves in this place now? People call it the off season. Coaches will call it the improvement season.
Yeah.
Individually, what are you working on? Like, what do you want to get better at over the course of the next 3 months before spring game? What do you want to get better at?
Personally, I think for me, it's especially during the winter part of it is like just losing fat and just like gaining muscle. It's like the fat percentage going down. Basically, you hear it everywhere: the bigger, better, faster.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of like the main goal of like that winter portion of the off season.
Yeah.
And then once spring ball comes around, it's just like finding who's the best, and then just basically
And we are learning
out of there.
We're learning new techniques too, so we gotta master all those for spring ball.
Is that when you are you talking footwork? Are you talking hand placement?
Everything.
All
talking explosive, right?
It's
so
really
all those things that are. What has Raiola asked you to do differently than you've done in previous years?
Well, for one, we're not measuring our steps, I guess is the only way I can say it. We're foot in the ground, and he doesn't care where your feet go as long as it's forward. If it's a run block, get your feet gain ground.
Every inch matters.
Are we changing line of scrimmage? Is that kind of the
basically
protect the line of scrimmage? That's a huge thing for us right now.
Like, one of his big things is like protect the line of scrimmage. So like all of the drills that we do, and like what we do is always in front of the line to make sure that we're not giving up ground. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of it has to do with that, like protecting that line.
It's spectacular in hearing you guys talk about it, because a lot of the fan questions were, well, what are they doing? What are they thinking?
Yeah.
Every Sunday you'll be able to come and talk about the things that work for you, the things that you've had to adjust. We could talk about your opponents. And I'm thrilled at the idea of you guys actually shredding Iowa on Iowa Week. I like the idea that this is a big deal, a journey towards opening your season in Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
That has got to be mind-blowing.
Oh, it is. I mean, to think, because I know, Michigan went to Rome, but not for a football game. We're playing.
They went to Rome. They went to France. They've been a lot of places.
But not for a football.
They just went there for a training camp for a couple weeks.
I can't believe Nebraska is going to Ireland for a football game. That is mind-blowing.
I'm not going to lie. I don't understand why Ireland. Like, I don't know.
Oh, dude, Conor McGregor, baby. That's why.
I understand that, but like, wouldn't it make more sense for like a Irish-esque team like Notre Dame or
that would make a little more sense.
But like, I don't know.
Well, Ireland has bought into American football at a very high volume. Now, it's not Frankfurt or Berlin at that level, cool London, but the expansion is required. They want a fan base that will travel, and Nebraska's fan base travels as well as anybody.
Oh, yeah.
So we understand that. But think about the preparation. Your schedule's not going to be the same heading into this thing. Now, have you targeted for spring game? Do you, as veterans, get caught up in the spring game phenomenon?
I think it's a good, reward, because spring ball is not easy. It looks like it's fun on.
It's fun for everybody but the people playing.
It's always after the first week. It's always after the first
week's great. We're all hot, and we try and stay excited throughout the whole thing. It's not an easy thing, when you have to wake up in the morning and go hit people in the head. That's not an easy sport. But to get through it and have a spring game with 90,000 fans makes it all worth it,
Yeah.
It's going to be spectacular. So let's do the personality profiles, right? Mr. Banks, I'll ask you first. Tell us the journey of how you end up here in Lincoln as a member of this program, where you stand.
So I actually thought I was going to play basketball in college, which is weird.
Well, you did.
Well, yeah, I did.
You actually did.
I did.
Not very good. Yeah.
Well,
come on. 0-3.
Hey,
0 for 3.
Wow, he put that on you.
No,
Okay, so it's 1-1.
it's all right.
That is a high-level shot right there. Like that's pretty good.
I can see that one. I just can't say anything about. Like it is 0-3, but
So you know how many people you lived the dream of every young kid in Nebraska.
Oh, you're telling me I lived the dream of every fat guy. Like to be honest, I mean, when I was in there and I was running up and down the court, I felt like I developed asthma. Like I couldn't breathe. You know, I'm not built for that anymore. But
plus the tight uniforms. There's
that was not the greatest.
Yeah, that was a little tight for me.
Look.
But the headband was pretty sexy.
The headband was pretty sexy.
Look. I don't know. You failed in actually marketing your own headband.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to do that.
Okay,
You know, if NIL would have came out when I was doing that, I probably could have done it. But
right. You could have created your own football jersey in the front, basketball jersey in the back.
That would be sick.
That
would be sick.
Right? I mean, you think about it, and you should start the 2 sport club.
That would be cool.
Right? Because there's not a lot of hustlers
Not a lot of people
who play football and basketball. You got to do both.
Matt Davidson, didn't he?
Look, I'm just telling you, Banks, man. Look,
no, I'm saying there's not many.
Right? Like you start the club. How many you walk around? You got a little extra stride going,
A little swag.
Right? It's like how many of you can wear both the football jersey and the basketball jersey? Not many people can do it.
Yeah, I know, and I'm still trying to talk to Hoiberg and get my letter. So if he's listening, just hit me
Is
up.
that the requirement? 3? He has to play 3 games, 2 games.
I'm pretty sure for basketball, it's if you touch the court.
Is it one game at all?
I think you lose your eligibility if you touch the court.
Okay, so we're going to start the hashtag Get Banks his letter.
Yeah, please do.
Like we need to do. No, you did the thing.
Twitter.
Like that's amazing.
Oh
right?
yeah,
a double letter jacket. Come on, that's so high
sick.
school.
Oh, I know. That'd be awesome. That would be sick.
Isn't there usually like track athletes that sometimes do multiple sports?
Yeah, usually wide
track
receivers and
football.
sprinters
Well,
tend to go.
Cam was a thrower. Remember?
And the shot putters are usually power guys, and that's how that works.
I couldn't do that. I never did track in my life, so.
Oh,
yeah, you look like it.
I could. Oh, thanks.
2-1. Look, we're gonna look.
I'm on a hot streak today.
She's feeling good.
You know, we like that. So, in thinking that basketball is your thing, when does the line happen? You realize, no, you know what? Maybe I'm really a football player.
Well, so it was kind of crazy. You know, I played every sport growing up. I was pretty competitive in basketball. I went to high school, played every sport. Sophomore year, I actually didn't play football because I transferred schools and I transferred for basketball. And then junior year, I came out and, I played football, basketball, and baseball again. And I had a hell of a football season. And I had a trainer in Houston, Doug Smith. I don't know if he's watching this, but if you're in Houston, he's a great trainer. He kind of got me to where I needed to be, I guess. And I went out my junior year and had a great year. And I started picking up offers for football, and I was talking to schools for basketball, but they were a little mid-major, like smaller D1s, which is cool. But my first offer was from Baylor. My first offer was a Power 5 offer for football, and I was like, all right, I'm doing the wrong thing here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good leap.
So that day I started drinking a gallon of milk a day, which is horrible. So I wouldn't recommend it.
Who gave you that as advice? Please help me with that.
My mother. And they're
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom.
No, she's like, you got to drink a gallon. It'll.
Mom.
I was a
helps
twig.
the bones.
I was probably like
you was tiny. If you look at the pictures from back,
I had a little abs back then. Back in the day,
him with short hair.
Yeah,
crazy.
Is that a good look? I'll trust.
No.
No, we like it still isn't, but I'm saying it's better than back in the day.
This is the Pancake Show is live, man. I just it's 3-1 Nuri. He's throwing shots.
Oh, I'm just excited for him to tell his Frankfurt story.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Just great.
He's lining you up.
I'm just waiting.
He's lining you up.
Yeah, so once I started picking up offers from big football schools, I was like, I loved every sport. I just loved athletics and I love competing. I'm that type of person. So I started picking up big football offers, and I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do. Because my parents told me from a young age, they're like, we'll pay for your high school, because I went to a private school, but they said, we're not paying for your college. Like, you're gonna get an academic scholarship or an athletic scholarship. You're doing something, because that's how they. Oh, not my mom, but that's how my dad had to.
Right. I look, same family.
Yeah. So
same family.
It was they're not paying for your college. So I mean, I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to do it. And
why Nebraska over Baylor and that ilk? Because that's deep water.
Yeah.
That's deep water.
Coming from Texas, I mean, I had a few schools in Texas, but I swear I came to a Nebraska game. It was against Akron. Remember the one that got rained out?
Yep.
And
I was there too.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was there too.
Oh God. Okay, so I went to that game and it got rained out, which is insane. A college football game gets rained out, but whatever. And I'm sitting in the players' lounge, and it's probably like an hour and a half afterwards. I'm waiting to go hang out with the players and stuff, and people are still like the students and fans are rocking in the stands. That game was
crazy.
Dude, remember they were rocking in the stands for like an hour and a half.
It was a party.
That was my first game, and I was in that stadium for 2.5 hours just singing. Yeah, see, I
was in the players' lounge. It was, but
I was a fan there. I was a fan.
Yeah, I guess Nuri made me come here then, because I looked outside and I was like, Jesus. I mean,
that fat German kid over there.
Who's that big boy up there?
He's getting it in, man. He's getting it in.
He's a terrible singer. Look at him go. And from then I was like, these fans are awesome, and I came back for another game, obviously, and the environment, it's electric. There's just no other way to explain it. And I just knew then, I was like, I want to play in front of these fans. And playing in front of these fans has been the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
I can't imagine. I've been all over the country, and I try to explain it to people so they understand what Nebraska football is from the outsider perspective. And you get it being from Texas. Because Texas high school football,
it's something else.
A different university. Like, it's like
thousands.
Like, wait a minute, you got tailgating? Like, is this college? You got high school kids with their own tailgate section.
Oh, they used to tailgate those games like crazy.
It was bananas. So then when you come here, like I said, okay, I've got to cleanse my palate. I can't think of football the way they think about it. So, Nuri, for you, the journey is going to take a while to explain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what we'll do, and I hope Mark is on board, we'll throw it to break. When we come back, we'll have Nuri tell that story of how he ends up, what that journey is like, ending up in Lincoln, Nebraska, playing football for the great program that is Nebraska Cornhuskers. We'll throw it to break. You're listening to Sunday morning pancakes.
Doesn't that roll off the tongue?
It does. That's a win.
Nice.
That's a win. That's a win. We're live at the Lancaster Event Center. We'll be here until 3 o'clock. More Sunday morning pancakes. We'll stay till you're full. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
Nice. That's nice.
Today on Hey Culligan, unnecessary contaminants. Here's the referee.
Hey Culligan, that's a flag on my water for flagrant foul taste.
Ooh, that's a tough one, ref, but the solution is a Culligan Smart RO drinking water system that reduces up to 58 contaminants, making your water safer and delicious.
Yeah, I guess I missed that call.
And with the Culligan Connect app, you always know when your filters need changing.
The water's up and it's good.
Good call, ref, and we're already on the way.
Try a Culligan water softener for just $9.95 per month. Go to CulliganLincoln.com.
AmeriCorps programs and members are making a huge impact in Nebraska communities near you, addressing critical issues like education, conservation, and even food insecurity. Because of AmeriCorps, the Together Inc. program distributed food to over 54,000 people during the 2020-2021 program year. Learn about AmeriCorps programs serving communities in your region by visiting servenotnebraska.gov, paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station. AmeriCorps programs and members are making a huge impact in Nebraska communities near you, addressing critical issues like education, conservation, and even food insecurity. Because of AmeriCorps, the Conservation Nebraska program educates residents from over 120 communities statewide on living sustainably and keeping Nebraska beautiful. Learn about AmeriCorps programs serving communities in your region by visiting serve.nebraska.gov, paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Start your weekends with the Tickets High School Saturday. DP and Rico bring you updates and reaction from the week's prep sports action in Lincoln every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Can I touch this? Where does sand come from? Is this tree good for climbing? What happens if I mix these two things together? How were babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Storing your guns securely is the best way to prevent family fire, including unintentional shootings. For more information on safe gun storage and ways to keep your family safe, visit endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org.
What do we keep in the attic? What's this thing called? Can I ride my bike backwards?
Like I said, kids are curious. It's up to us to keep them safe. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Kids just want to get out in the world and have fun. But their lives have been put on hold. Getting them thriving again safely starts with protecting them from COVID-19 and dangerous new variants. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider, or by visiting getvaccineanswers.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Academy of Pediatrics. Let the good times roll. Let them roll.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Live Home Event Center. Lancaster Event Center. Home and Garden Show. Sunday morning pancakes. Always hungry. Never full. Never satisfied. Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Grant Banks. Nori. Really.
Norden.
Really. Yeah. Give me 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Give me 3 weeks, bro. We'll work that out.
All right.
Folks are gathering, paying attention. This was exactly what I thought this would be.
Yeah.
Is that there are people who are thirsty to hear from you. They are hungry to hear from you guys. And I think it's missed opportunities across the board that fans want to know what your process is. They want to know you. They will root for you because of the jersey in the end, but they will love you because of who you are.
Yeah.
So, Nori, tell the story of how you end up as the Nebraska Husker. How do you end up as a part of this football program?
All right. Well, it all started.
Gather around, kids.
Once upon a time,
Uncle Nori's going to tell us the story.
Actually, so I never knew about football.
Now you got one.
Really? Not.
It's just on the scoreboard over here.
Right, okay. No, I never knew football for a while, and played soccer for 13 years. All right. See,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, I was a goalkeeper. I was a goalkeeper.
That's not even fair.
No, it's just you
There's
put
no
the biggest
room.
guy.
You took up a quarter of the goal.
No, I did actually.
There's no room in the goal. Just stand there, and the ball's just going to bounce into you.
Especially in the younger leagues, the goal is even smaller.
Oh,
so I was like this. I was literally standing there like this, and the entire goal was completely full.
I would pay to see that.
That's exceptional.
I might have some pictures, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll tweet those ones out.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it all started with soccer. Played that for 13 years, and then eventually, I had this thing called Slaughters. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And I kind of sat out, had to do rehabilitative sports like swimming and bike riding and all that stuff. Okay, all right.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm really.
He resisted the urge.
I just jumped in and turn away.
Right.
All right. So I was just doing.
Was
like,
there any water left in the pool?
Did you get one of those cute, really skinny bikes?
Actually, I did have to do like the like fast swimming and like slow swimming and all that stuff. So like when remember when we talked about this?
Yeah,
that is hard.
Just to see you splashing in a pool.
Oh my god, all the time.
I mean,
And
you're built like a diver, dude.
That's
Honestly,
what I'm saying.
I'm surprised you're not diving.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so like, I was doing all that, and after like a year and a half, it like finally went away. I had no pain anymore. It's like tried to get back to soccer and just didn't enjoy it at all. And at that point, I like kind of knew about football and like knew about like a bunch of different sports. And I played probably for another like 4 months, and then I was like, I'm not enjoying this anymore. I want to do something else. And so I went through a bunch of sports. I did handball, if you guys know what that is.
We play that in PE, I think.
Yeah, it's a hard sport. Played handball, played volleyball. I did play volleyball.
Is handball like a big, like
a huge
organized sport in Germany?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a
really
national team.
Yeah,
we do.
Every
USA has a national.
Yeah. No, Germany's also a really good handball team. Like, they're really good.
I know that.
It's one of the more like hard sports to do, like tough sports. Like, they break their fingers multiple times a game.
I bet
it's crazy. Just like I said, I just did a bunch of sports, and eventually one of my friends, or two of my friends actually, were like, "Hey, we've been seeing this like local football team, and we're gonna go out to a tryout." And I was like, you know what, whatever. And then my stepdad was like, "Hey, you should go." And so I'll go. And the first thing they do with us is like, you know how like coaches want to like, show off the new guys and whatever. They put two of the biggest guys with a bag, like, those punching bags.
Yeah.
Right next to each other, and we were supposed to like just run through. And so the first one, my friends would, Jesus Christ, whoa, I just threw myself off.
English.
Well,
we're going first.
You were looking into his eyes.
Yeah,
he got lost in the
See,
sauce.
that's the rule. Don't look into your
syrup.
teammates' eyes like that. It throws you off.
Jesus.
Getting lost in the syrup here, Neri.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So like my friends would go first, and one kind of runs against it, kind of just flies backwards because he's not very big.
Yeah.
The other guy is like pushing, and I go, and I like didn't know what to do, so I just closed my eyes and just ran, and I turned around, and both of the guys were on the ground. And so since that moment, I like knew I was gonna play football, and that's kind of what started all that like journey to here.
Have you heard from those two young men?
Yeah, I actually talked to one of them yesterday.
Are they okay?
Yeah.
Is that the guy we were talking to?
Yeah.
Well, I guess he was talking to him. He didn't speak English.
Okay.
I tried a little German phrase, and it wasn't very good.
One of them is probably the fastest guy I've ever seen in my life, and he's the most unhealthy human being I've ever seen. He doesn't drink water. He brought a 2 liter of Coke to every practice to drink.
Oh my god,
that dude's a hero.
That's German.
It's crazy.
That dude's a hero.
That's awesome.
Our coach denied. Like, we're like, "Hey, you can't bring Coke anymore." And so what he did? You know how like Coke has like the coloring in it,
yeah,
make it black.
Yeah.
He literally grabbed a bottle of Coke, and then I think it's like decarb, whatever it's called, like
Pepsi Clear.
Yeah, no, he bought a normal Coke and just made it clear. There's some I can't remember what it was.
That dude's a superhero.
But made it clear,
that's science.
and then it was like, "Oh, this is just water," and for like 3 months was just drinking water, and the coach was like, "Why is it fizzing?" And it was in a Coke bottle too. So like, it's like people were like, "What the hell's going on?" But okay, different story. But
is he still playing football?
No, he doesn't. He quit because he has other.
Coke every day.
Well, I mean, in Germany, it's just not like
right now, so he's a little busy.
Yeah.
When we played, the team was very, very small, and it's like when I left, and then my other friend left too. I mean, he just didn't have a whole lot of people to like play there anymore. And it's like he just decided to quit and just not, do football anymore. But that's how it started. The Vettel Bulls were actually the team.
What was it?
Vettel Bulls. The Vettel is like our region. It's called, yeah.
Okay.
And so that's how it all started. And then from there, I went to the Hanau Hornets, which that was actually the GFL 1 juniors team. It's like I played in the
highest level
in Germany for like my age. And
did you guys have like high school football?
No, it's a club sport.
Oh,
and
cool.
That was so like Vettel Bulls was a couple weeks, couple months. Like I said, not organized. And then Hana was like the first real like actual game, and I actually caught an interception as a defensive end. 80 yards. Ran it 80 yards, pick six.
Way.
I have a video of this. I can show you
Okay,
later.
so we need that video.
I got a video of that too.
We need that video.
That one has to be video.
Okay, Nori. So listeners, keep track of this on social media. Nori has to post his pick six.
All right. I will.
Okay.
No,
all right.
Okay. So Hana Hornets played there for a little bit, and then my mom had to move for work.
Okay.
And so my mom works for Tupperware.
I saw that.
Murray loves Tupperware.
I saw that. Hey, for people here, Tupperware is not just a box.
They have
it is an
knives,
actual
too.
brand. It's a brand. My mom will get mad as hell if somebody says anything about it being just plastic.
Any container is not Tupperware.
Exactly. It's a tub, but not Tupperware. But okay.
And it's Tupperware, not
I know,
Tupperware.
Yeah.
I know. I was just clearing that one up.
Appreciate it.
You're even now. So
yeah, we're even now.
We're
exactly.
even now. We're good.
So my mom had to move, and I was obviously like the kid that didn't like it because we had to move like 2.5 hours away from all of my friends, and my entire life was kind of destroyed. And I was like, "What? This is horrible." But my mom has been working for Tupperware at that point for about 18 years. It's like right as I was born is kind of like when she started, because it's a very flexible job.
Yeah.
And I was super mad, but like she was getting a region, like she was going to be a regional manager for a region instead of being just a person, a salesman. And so like it's something that like she's always been dreaming of, and she never got the chance, and somebody that like believed in her gave her the chance, and now she owns 3 different regions, has her own Tupperware shop. Like she's doing really well.
She's balling
but
at Tupperware.
At that time, yeah, she is. At that time, like I said, I was just super mad and whatever. And since I was playing for Hanau still technically, the all-star team for that year was having me for Hessen, which is the state that I was playing in. But since I moved to Rhineland-Palatinate, which is a different state, I had to drive up for the all-star practice, because it was like a regional practice, and then it was like the state practice, and you have to actually make it to the all-star game. And just that entire journey up there was forever and took a couple of weeks. And every time I had to drive back up there and back down and back up there.
So were they like essentially like how, I guess, football players in America go to like different camps and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like it's not like just a camp. It's more like each state had their, like, you go there, you practice, and then you get like, it's a tryout, and then you like,
so
you like get chosen to the next level, and then to the next level, and then to the next. So each practice was less and less players because less and less people made it to that practice.
Cuts.
Basically,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so
the whole country doing cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You imagine that? Just some
each state does it.
There's
and
not
like
very many football teams, I assume, like in America, there's 1 million.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we don't have that many, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But each practice I was always scared to be cut because like I didn't know anything about football. But eventually I made it to the actual, all-star team. And we played, which was weird. We played one half against one team and then the other half against somebody else. And then they played the second half against that first team.
So you had a round robin.
Yeah, I don't know why though, because it was 3 teams. We could have just played 1 and 1, and then 1 and 1.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you win?
No, we were horrible.
All right,
I actually had 3 fumbles, fumble recoveries in that game, 2 that I forced, and then I had a run because I picked it up and ran. I think I have a video of that too.
See, look, Nori.
I'm not gonna lie. The All-Star game, I was enjoying myself. I had a great time because I was doing really well.
I'm leaning into you as a defensive force.
I was
like
this is in Germany. I was a defensive end and a tight end.
Oh no!
And a punter.
Oh no!
I mean, I do not have video of me being a tight end though, unfortunately. Because the tight end part happened when
he was a tight end. Okay.
Hey, okay.
Take his word for it.
Yeah,
all right.
I played a little tight end.
So after that second half of playing against the other team, we're waiting because like we're watching the other team play, and there's this guy that came up to me. Eric was his name. He owns a company. It's called European Elite. And he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, you're doing really well out there. Do you want to maybe see how like the United States?" And I've always wanted to do like an exchange year somewhere.
Yeah.
And obviously the American dream and whatever. Like I wanted to see that, and I want to see like how high school people live and how a normal high school family lives.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Yeah, there's an opportunity you can do, and you could also play football there, and you could like do other sports too, and like just have a good time. And like I said, I always wanted to do that. So I talked to him more about it, and a couple weeks later, I get like the paper that has like all the costs of it on it, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's not good. That's expensive. It's really expensive to go on exchange here. And I told my mom, I was like, hey, like we're not gonna do it. It's fine. I don't want to do it because at the time we're still, like I said, she just got to her new job, and like she's in Tupperware you start at a minus. So because you got to buy all the equipment from Tupperware, basically, and then you like basically pay them back.
It's like Mary Kate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And so like you buy all their equipment and then you pay them back, and eventually you get to the plus, and then everything from that moment on is your money.
It's profit,
So like I said, she was not at that time she was like still in the minus, which like at the start of the company you always gonna be way in the minus.
You got to start somewhere.
But like I said, at the time I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get her like trying to get money out of nowhere, basically. And about 6 months later, my mom gives me a paper that like says it's paid for, and I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? And she tells me that she worked a bunch of jobs, she did a bunch of extra things just for me to be able to come here. And so like,
give me goosebumps.
I know, right? It's crazy because like I didn't realize how much she was doing for me at that time, or it just basically just to see me go away from her, just to see me, and live my dream, So like, all glory to her. She's the reason why I'm here. She's the reason why like I was able to come to the United States. And during that 6 month period, I didn't realize she was working even more. I saw that she was not home.
Yeah.
But like it was not like, oh, whatever.
She's doing like double shifts.
Yeah, exactly. And so like I thought it's just new company. That's what you have to do as like the region manager.
Yeah.
But she's doing just a bunch of extra jobs and just like a bunch of extra things for me to be able to come here. And
put a pin there, because what I want to do is bring in the big guy.
The big guy.
Jay Foreman.
Yes, sir.
Because I think that's a conversation that needs to be had as well. So we're live at the Lancaster Event Center, Home and Garden Show, Sunday morning pancakes. Just breathe it all in. It's all good. We're going to add to it. We're going to elevate. We're going to bring in the Husker Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. We'll do that next here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Old School with DP and J.
I learned this about the difference between the college game and the NFL. Every play is designed offensively and defensively for one guy to make a mistake, whether it's being out of your gap, forgetting the blitz, forgetting a check on offense, forgetting the snap count. In college, it might be explosive play, 15 yards, whatever you deem as explosive play. The pros,
all of them are house.
All of them are. The guy will hit his head on the goalpost.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Early break with Sip and Jake.
Pleased and honored to be joined by Nebraska volleyball coach John Cook.
If Trev wasn't interested, I would have done it in a heartbeat, because I just felt like Nebraska athletics, we were at the edge of the cliff. We had to do something, get somebody in here to build this athletic department back up. I thank my lucky stars every day that Trev's our guy now.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Cynthia and Ed.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, out of the blue, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn or just stay at the stop sign. She wasn't even really sure where she was at. She was very concerned. It was very unsettling for her.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it, to bring the family in on it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you and we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard, increase security, and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606. or learn more at highelectric.com.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can, making sure they're safe and comfortable. But it's just as important that you take some time for yourself. At AARP, we can help with information and useful tips on how you can maintain a healthy life balance, care for your own physical and mental well-being, and manage the challenges of caring for a loved one. Because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can provide for your loved one.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are we back on?
Oh, no, it says mic is muted.
Oh, we're back on, yeah.
Are we muted?
We're back on. We're back, 93.7 The Ticket with the Sunday morning Pancakes duo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I saw these two little dudes grow up, right? Nuri especially. So since you guys have a name, so now you put yourself out there. So how many pancakes is the line going to have per game?
More than last year.
More than last year for sure.
Yeah, we need a specific a number amount per game.
Per game, let's say
got to be at least 10 to 20.
Yeah, let's put the number at 15. Minimal 15.
Right. And then you got to start. Here's the other thing you need to do. You need to have different levels to it, right?
Yep.
So the one where you just kind of run and you knock the guy down, that's a pancake. But with the other one, when you like drive him into the ground, that's worth 2.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then on when you kind of fold them like a lawn chair, that might be 3.
That might be 3.
Yeah. So you gotta have a strategy to it, because then that'll keep you kind of always up in the level, right?
Yep.
And if you name them too, right? So you guys have access to all your highlights and all that stuff. So just imagine if you call it a lawn chair, right?
Yep.
Then you get that, and then you go down and cut somebody. See, that's like the grand slam, right?
Yep.
3 and 1. So that's what you need to do. So oddly enough, your line coach, I've been knowing Donovan since he was a young pup, because I play with Dominic. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah, right.
So I know him as a man, I know him as a coach, but just tell me what your first few weeks with him, how you guys been liking. I know he's probably asking you, or they asked you before, but I just in your opinion, how you guys have liked Donovan and his approach.
I love it.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah,
great coach and amazing human.
Yeah.
Like, I can talk to him about anything. Like, he'll try to help me out, and he's very goal driven, which is amazing. Like, we have our individual goal, we have our team goal, and then we have our unit goal.
Yeah,
right?
that's something that's completely different.
Yeah.
Like, he came in the first week, everyone made a goal sheet,
right?
Which is, I think, for athletes super important.
Right.
Know? You gotta know where you want to get to,
right?
Because that way you know when you got there.
Right.
Know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and my advice to you guys, have like a short-term attainable goals, and have someone have ones. If you reach them, then you're playing on New Year's Day. You know what I mean? And so, one of the best quotes I heard, and I didn't, obviously not heard a lot from Donovan because he doesn't speak a lot, which is great.
Yeah, he's very shy of the media.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But when he said that he wanted you guys to move as one, 5 as one.
Oh yeah. That is.
Tell me, each of you guys, how you guys took that and how you guys are applying that to not only what you're doing while you're there with him, right? He's talking about when you're outside of the stadium, how you guys are applying that as well.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing we've been doing.
Right.
I mean, we always hung out. The O-line's always been tight, but especially since it's been there, we're going to the Super Bowl party at Brock Bando's house. One of our teammates, the whole O-line's going.
Yep.
I mean, we go in the locker room. We all wear the same clothes. We all wear our same little cut-off shirt, shorts, socks, down to everything.
Right.
And it's just we move as a unit. We do everything as
a unit. Everywhere we go together. We go early. We're the first ones usually everywhere.
Right.
We first go ones and last ones.
Exactly, first ones and last ones. And like we just stay together everywhere we go. So and even it's kind of crazy because sometimes somebody is almost late, like not late, but like late for us being early there. And coach would be like, get dressed. It doesn't matter if he's late, you're all late. You know what I mean? Like you all going together. It doesn't matter if somebody's late.
Right. And I think I think that's good for us.
Yeah, exactly.
The O-line has to be tight.
Right. Yeah, you guys are the lifeline.
Yeah, we got to know each other like the back of our hands. I got to know what Nuri's going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Got to know what everyone's going to do on the O-line, or else, I mean, say if I didn't like post up a block, someone's going to earhole Nuri and he's going to be in the ER.
Right.
Like, it's just how it is.
Yeah. And talk about what one of the other things about Donovan I liked is that whether it was circumstances or I think it's more that what he saw in you guys, that he felt like he could develop you guys and play to your potential. As a player, that's got to mean a lot to you, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's not like, hey, I need 5 new guys, and look, you guys got a clean slate, and that's what you want, right?
Yep.
And he's not showing up and say, hey, all you guys need to kick rocks, and I bring in
new guys. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what I like before he came and before the Nebraska announced that he was gonna come. I was kind of scared of that, of like somebody coming in and be like, all right, throw everybody out and bring in my own guys in.
That happens a lot,
and it does.
Yeah,
it does.
That's the norm.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I was like, you know what, like. It's gonna suck, but like whatever. And then he came in, and he got 2 transfers, which like is common.
Normal.
Like
again, that's the norm.
Yeah,
right.
But like it's not like he was like, all right, everybody get out. I'm bringing my own guys in.
Right.
It's like that was kind of nice, and he immediately told us that he's here for us.
Yeah.
And like even during recruiting and stuff, he's like, if you guys need me right now, I'll be there. It doesn't matter who's being recruited right now.
Right.
Like
that's what
he's
too,
here for us,
right.
And that's something I've not seen.
Right.
So it's great.
That's good because all these things that you guys are talking about is going to help you guys play, that 5% better, 10% better, and I know it from experience. But just to hear what you guys are saying from what he's doing, that cohesive unit, that's huge because not to put any more pressure on you guys, even though you guys have a name and stuff for your Sunday Pancakes, but a lot of teams are, and you see it, you guys are going to Super Bowl party, right?
Yeah.
So you're seeing the difference between the offensive line of Cincinnati and the Rams. But Cincinnati isn't as bad as everybody's making it out to be because they're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no.
But now you're seeing how important an offensive line is to a team and how quick you guys can take the team on your back and just go. And so when you guys are working out and stuff like that, I'm sure you guys are still pushing each other with that in mind, right?
Yep.
Last year is last year, and always be where your cleats are.
Yep.
Because it's as doom and gloom it seems to being 3-9, you could be 9-3 just like that with the same guys. And so, you guys are, I think embraced it, which is great, and I think that's, in my opinion, different because, I was down there a little bit, very visual. And so you guys know what you guys need to do. And so what are some of the other things that maybe change with the whole new coaches? Is the energy different because they look like it's different? I'm sure Coach Joseph is a little bit, right?
He's got some energy to him.
He got some energy to him. You guys embracing that as well?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Coach Whipple is kind of funny because he doesn't wear shoes.
I love that.
It's so like he's walking around the building without shoes, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
The first thing he said was like, well, I'm Coach Whip. I'm from Arizona. I don't wear shoes, and that's all he said.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know like how serious that was until I was up in like the coach's office, and I saw Coach Whitt walking down, coming and talk to Coach Raiola, and no shoes on.
Right.
I had to bite my tongue. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it is when a 330-pound lineman accidentally steps on his big toe. Right.
Oh,
yeah. We'll see how that goes.
It won't feel good.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hey, but you know what? If he ever gets after you, can accidentally step on his toe.
Yeah.
That'll be a little payback.
Yeah.
Tell me about Casey Thompson. Just in short, we got 1 minute. Tell me the first thing, and this is not comparing him to Adrian. The first thing thought when you saw him.
He takes care of business.
Yeah.
He wants a lot of it, a lot of the things going. Like he brings us out. He wants to work out with us. He wants to do drills with us. Like he does a lot.
Good.
He loves football.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's back home. He's training right now. I mean, he loves to lead. He's one that really wants to bring everyone together and be a cohesive team.
Good deal. Good deal. We're going into the break. The Pancake Twins. That's what I'm calling you to.
Pancake
right?
Twins.
Pancake Twins. 93.7 The Ticket.
Today on Hey Culligan, unnecessary contaminants. Here's the referee.
Hey Culligan, that's a flag on my water for flagrant foul taste.
Ooh, that's a tough one, ref, but the solution is a Culligan Smart RO drinking water system that reduces up to 58 contaminants, making your water safer and delicious.
Yeah, I guess I missed that call.
And with the Culligan Connect app, you always know when your filters need changing.
The water's up and it's good.
Good call, ref, and we're already on the way.
Try a Culligan water softener for just $9.95 per month. Go to CulliganLincoln.com.
AmeriCorps programs and members are making a huge impact in Nebraska communities near you, addressing critical issues like education, conservation, and even food insecurity. Because of AmeriCorps, the Together Inc. program distributed food to over 54,000 people during the 2020-2021 program year. Learn about AmeriCorps programs serving communities in your region by visiting serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station. AmeriCorps programs and members are making a huge impact in Nebraska communities near you, addressing critical issues like education, conservation, and even food insecurity. Because of AmeriCorps, the Conservation Nebraska program educates residents from over 120 communities statewide on living sustainably and keeping Nebraska beautiful. Learn about AmeriCorps programs serving communities in your region by visiting serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Start your weekends with the Tickets High School Saturday. DP and Rico bring you updates and reaction from the week's prep sports action in Lincoln. Every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Kids just want to get out in the world and have fun. But their lives have been put on hold. Getting them thriving again safely starts with protecting them from COVID-19 and dangerous new variants. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider, or by visiting getvaccineanswers.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Let the good times roll. Let them roll.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back.
Well, hold on. We got welcome back to. How do we start this? How do we start this?
Welcome back to the radio station and then our name.
All right. Welcome back to 97 point. Oh, 90. Oh my God. What is it? 93.7. The ticket. Sunday morning pancakes with Brand Banks, Nuri, and then our guest,
Special
Maddie
guest
Cubic.
Maddie Cubic here. You want to slide in a little bit? So if you guys don't know who Maddie Cubic is, I don't know if everyone's a volleyball fan. We're in Nebraska, so 90% sure everyone knows who she is. But my girlfriend, actually. But that's how we got her on the show. But she's also All-American this year, outside hitter for the Huskers. And so just tell us about how it was going to the national championship this year.
I mean, I've never played in a national championship before, so it was nothing like I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unreal. Our team was awesome this year. We had the best group I've ever played with before in my entire life. I mean, the closest, most trusting, most loyal teammates. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah. Well, and I feel
all
like
you can ask for in a natty.
Is that like a huge part? I've never played volleyball. Apparently, Nuri's played volleyball.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually
really?
did. Yeah.
So why don't you ask a couple volleyball questions since you played volleyball, Nuri?
Okay, well, actually, I have a different question first.
Here's the volleyball terminology.
All I know is kills, hits, and blocks and digs. Yeah.
Well, kills and hits are the same thing.
The same thing, yeah.
Close,
though. They take stats of those. I know that.
Right. Yep.
I didn't play very long. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
My
a pickup game for 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's like, I played volleyball in the sand on the beach one time.
My question is how different was the traveling to the national championship compared to like other games, and like how was that?
Yeah, I mean, we were seeded really low going into the tournament. We came in as 10th in the seeding, which made us be on the road for a lot of the NCAA tournament. We had to go and play some really hard matches at Texas. We played the first 2 nights, and obviously playing in the Texas gym was really intimidating. They had
You need to talk more on the Texas gym. I was at that game.
So loud. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah. It's a smaller gym though, right?
It's a really intimate environment because the
So it's
fans
really
are
loud?
literally right next to the court.
Really?
And it's a wood
was
floor
awesome.
gym, and so everything echoes. It used to be an auditorium, the gym did. So everything bounces off the walls so much, and it is so loud. You couldn't even hear, I mean, like this close to each other, you couldn't hear the person next to you at all. So I mean, playing in that environment was super intimidating.
Texas fans get after it, I guess.
They do. They like booed some people, like when we were like warming up, when they called their name or stuff. Yeah, they were pretty aggressive.
Yeah. Well, so another thing is I don't know if the listeners know, your little sister just got here, and just can you speak on how that's been different? I mean, I know having 2 sisters on such an elite volleyball team can be kind of weird. Like, it's cool, you know?
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to play with my brother for a little bit, and
Right.
not many people get to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can you talk about how, like, it was different? Because it was, I mean, you guys are a small team.
Yeah, true. I mean, we have 16 girls, and I mean, on a football team with playing with your brother, it's probably a little bit less.
Yeah, I barely see him. It's 150 people.
Yeah, there's so many people that you kind of have a little bit more distance between each other. I mean, with Hayden, just because right now we're in beach volleyball, I think it's different than what it's going to be like when we play indoor.
Yeah.
Because I think in beach, we are a little bit more separated. We train and practice in 2 separate groups, so we're not seeing each other every single day. But, I mean, it's been awesome to have her around, and, I don't know, start integrating the freshmen into our group has been different and exciting.
Yeah. How does beach work? Because I know you guys play in duos, right? Like you guys play 2 and 2.
2 versus 2.
How does that work with like who chooses the teams? Are you guys choosing the teams? Or is Coach Cook choosing the teams? Or
Coach Cook doesn't really do as much with beach. So Jalen,
Really?
yeah. So Coach Jalen Reyes, he's kind of the main beach coach, and then Kelly is like our other beach coach.
So they decide the groups and teams.
They decide
Could
the
they
teams.
switch?
Yeah,
every week?
I don't think anyone has like a concrete partner yet. We've been switching around every single week. So you play with someone different and learn how to play with them.
To other teams, like whenever you play other teams, because they probably like are trying to watch film on you guys to like see what you guys do. How does that work if you guys switch teams every week and like nobody really knows who you're playing against?
Well, once we kind of get into competition, you'll have more of a concrete partner. And we talk about, I mean, even the beach teams want to beat Nebraska because of what we do in indoor. Yeah, and just like our history and the reputation that we have. So people want to beat us regardless if it's on the beach.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we always have really great matches with teams because they're excited to play against us.
Well, another thing people really don't know is, like you told me, that's the only reason I know it, is most teams don't play indoor and beach. Is that right?
Right.
So,
Really?
for Nebraska to do that,
especially
it's
in
good
Nebraska.
for you guys, right? Because we've played beach volleyball. I've played with, it's a workout.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
it's
hard.
We call it like the sand monster. Like, gets your beach legs, get your beach lungs.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
The cardio is so different.
Oh, yeah.
So, I can only imagine, like, how good it is for you guys' body. Like, it gets y'all's – you guys aren't going out as a beach team. Like, y'all are a beach team, but is it more in training for indoor volleyball?
Well, I think Coach Cook just really likes it because it's easier on the body.
Yeah.
And so we don't spend the entire year round on the indoor court, just the pounding with your joints and stuff.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, the
landings
landings and the diving and stuff. So I think he likes having us out there just because of what it does for your body. But also, I think, like, for your joints and stuff, Jay and I were talking about this earlier, like, it builds up all the little baby muscles in your ankles and your knees and the stability that you don't get in the indoor. Yeah.
Is there different rules for beach volleyball?
Tons of different
Really?
rules. Yeah. So you can't open hand set and you can't open hand tip.
How does that work?
So you can do, like, a pokey or, like, a knuckle, like a fist.
So you're going to need to, like, just show. I don't know.
Or you do, like, this. And then setting, you all do, like,
just normal
platform setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't set like Nickling. No, like she sets with her hands. Like you don't. That's not allowed in beach volleyball unless you do it perfectly with no spin.
Really? Why is that? Is that just the
rules.
rules? I don't know.
That's
If there's
weird.
a certain
That's
reason.
kind of weird.
And then with that, like with the elements, like when it's windy or the sun's out, then all of that plays into
flying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And you guys travel, like, not that going to Michigan and like New York aren't cool for football and volleyball because you guys play Rutgers in Michigan and stuff. But don't you guys are traveling to Hawaii, right?
Right.
I think I saw you like 2 years ago. You guys went to like TCU and played TCU.
Yeah,
I remember that.
We did get to play at TCU. We get to go to Jacksonville and play in Florida, one of our tournaments, and then we go to Hawaii.
Is a tournament like you're playing against multiple teams, or is it like you're just playing against that team?
It's kind of like sometimes it'll be like 3 teams. So you like play one team in the morning, and there's kind of like a lunch break, and then you play the other team in the afternoon, or like split between 2 days.
Right.
You play 3 or 4 teams in a weekend.
So for Hawaii, are you guys playing Hawaii?
Yeah, we'll play Hawaii.
Is that it? Is that just you versus Hawaii?
So they had this thing called the Queens Beach Tournament, which is the main beach. It's in Honolulu, like on this big. It's kind of like a strip mall, and then it's like all the hotels.
Yeah.
And
sounds nice.
I mean, oh yeah. And then
Imagine we could play football in Hawaii.
Queens Beach is like this awesome beach, right? Like everyone comes. There's like a huge crowd, and people are like cheering and really into the volleyball matches because it's like this beach volleyball is huge in Hawaii. And then a bunch of teams come and play. So we'll play. I don't know the teams off the top of my head, but
yeah, that sounds awesome.
That does sound pretty nice.
I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, we obviously don't play on sand, but if we got to go to Hawaii for a football game,
we're going to Ireland.
Yeah, we are going to Ireland. Which is
it's gonna be a horrible flight.
How long do you think that'll be?
Should be around 8 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah, that's gonna
be for me to go back to Germany. It's about, depending on the plane size, it's about between 9 and 11 hours.
Yeah. You guys are gonna have to wear like full compression sleeves.
I really hope we don't have to wear our travel suit the entire flight. Like
I don't think we will, but I also do think like that's gonna be a tough week because we're gonna have to wake up. We're going to go to Ireland early.
The worst is I think that people are not going to be able to, get that jet lag away because people don't really know how much it actually destroys you if you do it.
We'll be there for a week though, right?
I know, but like you gotta stay up. It throws you up so.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
When you get there, you really have to wait until it's night there to go to sleep.
Should.
Like it's bad.
Look on your phone of what time it is in the other country, and then stay on there.
Start practicing.
No, you should.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when I first got here. That like you get headaches, you throw up, and it's the entire it's 2 to 3 weeks where you're just like feeling like,
sounds like you got COVID in that one, bud.
And y'all aren't gonna have the opportunity to like do that 2 week
feeling
bad period. Like you need to get there and be ready to perform and play.
And then we're practicing there, and then we play, and then we got to come back
and then
have
practice again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
so
it's gonna be tough, but honestly, it's Ireland. I'd do it. It's so worth it.
Oh yeah, it's unreal. 100%. I mean, the places that sports can take you in general, like the opportunities. Like, what other reason would you have to go to Ireland at that time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable.
So, can you walk the people through what got you to Nebraska? I mean, I know in volleyball. Well, I mean, just like your path to get here for volleyball, because I know I committed my junior year, late my junior year. I don't know when you committed to your other school you went to, but y'all commit early, right?
Yeah, there's more rules now than there were when I was getting recruited.
I think now they can't talk to you until your junior year, right, or something like that.
I don't know all the specifics of the rules, but it is a much slower timeline than when I was being recruited. There was no rules. I mean, I got my first college letter when I was a 7th grader.
Jesus Christ.
Which, I mean,
Yeah,
at
it's
that
just
point,
so different.
you don't know anything.
I mean, there's
what you're
so
gonna
much
want.
time. There's 4 years
so
in between
much
that.
time. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And I always make this joke, like, as a 7th grader, you're picking, like, oh, that's my favorite color. Like,
you're
I'll
picking.
go to that school.
People you don't understand that you're picking like where you're going to move your life to. And
Right.
when you're in 7th grade, you don't know what you want.
No, not at all.
I mean, I didn't. At least I don't know.
I
You didn't.
still don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so different, and that's why do you think the rule changes are good?
I think they're great because I think that's why there's so many kids in the transfer portal right now.
Yeah,
it's because
they went
kids
to
were recruited so early that then they get to college, it's not what they expect, or it's different than it was when they were recruited 3 years ago, and then they're like, oh, I don't want to be a part of this.
Since you said transfer, how does that work? How does the transfer portal work for volleyball? This is the same. Like, do you eventually don't feel like you're gonna stay somewhere and you just leave, or is that is there any other rules to it? If you know, obviously you haven't been in transfer portal.
I don't really know.
Okay,
not too experienced in
I feel
transfer
like there's probably similar rules, like
as football, just NCAA in general, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's my brother. Hey, you can walk us through. I mean, you transferred. You transferred from somewhere in Colorado to Nebraska. One Colorado school. I can't really remember, but
I guess it's probably the similar rules. But you had to go to their compliance basically and be like, hey, I want to transfer, and then they give you a form that you basically sign off your funds, your scholarships, and everything.
Yeah.
And then you basically that's it. And actually, you have to get a signature by the head coach. I don't know if that's. For us, my coach got fired, so at the time I didn't have a head coach to get a signature from. So
no one there to sign it. He's just like, all right, see ya.
No, it literally was like that. I literally just ended up walking out without
Probably
signatures.
made it a little bit easier to transfer.
Oh no, definitely did.
I think COVID has made transferring weird too, just because everyone has so many weird years of eligibility, but it's like graduating their undergrad or starting masters. But like, oh, I have 3 years of football eligibility and I'm a 23-year-old or whatever, which is so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I mean, how's beach practice been? Y'all just started recently, right?
Yeah, we started end of January, so we've probably been training for 3.5 weeks now. It's been going good. I mean, we train 2 times a week, and then on Saturdays we scrimmage, and then all the other days we're just working out and training.
Yeah, and you guys are just scrimmaging each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that? Like, I mean, I know y'all do that all the time in indoor. That's y'all practice a lot with scrimmaging each other in indoor, but is doing it in beach, because I know you said the teams are all flipping around and stuff. Is that weird? Playing with a new partner.
Yeah,
every day?
I mean, in beach, so generally you have like a big and a little, and that's not referring to like
weight.
anything. No.
It's just height.
It's just the one that blocks and the one that doesn't.
Yeah.
So on some teams, like you'll have someone who is like the all-time big, where they're always the blocker, even when they're back to serve, they sprint to the net. Where other teams, it's like whoever is not blocking, or whoever's serving will just be the defender, and then the other person will block. So you're constantly flipping, and that gives a lot of a different look when you're playing. So Kinsey and I recently just picked up being both blockers, and so now I'll be a defender when I'm back serving, and she'll defend when she's back serving.
Okay.
And so you run a lot less because you don't have to run all the way up to the net after you
So
serve.
it's a little nicer than just I hate running in sand.
And it gives a lot of a very different look for the other teams, because we train options, which is going over on 2, which you don't prepare for. You prepare for 3 hits.
Right.
And so that gives a whole different look. And then when you have a different blocker like Kinsey size compared to my size, I mean, it's a whole different feel, like what shots you feel like you need to hit.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, is that how your volleyball went when you played it in Germany?
No.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah,
I'm very curious about your German volleyball.
It was a whole month of 2 practices a week, so it wasn't really a whole lot more.
You were on a team?
It's like a club. So in Germany,
name?
we don't really have high school sports, so it's a club.
Yeah.
What was your team name?
We didn't have a name. It was just Like it's
sounds like you just went to a gym and just played
no.
volleyball.
We had a coach.
You just
We
played
had
Yeah, he just played pickup volleyball.
we had,
I was on a team.
I mean,
He actually just built
technically,
a
if you think about it, it
sandcastle.
really was basically pickup volleyball.
So you never played a game though?
No, not an actual game.
And so what? Like, not that
Did you
don't look.
scrimmage?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It basically was pickup volleyball technically because it was just scrimmaging against each other, and then we had like a little practice, and then I was like, I'm not enjoying this, so I left.
Seems sus.
Well, not that you don't look
I
like
mean,
a volleyball player right
think
now.
about it. In Germany, most of the sport, like football, we had practice twice a week. That was it.
Yeah, we
Like
had,
compared to here, like where you have
yeah,
practice like
it-
3 times a
Yuri
day.
definitely has the body of a volleyball.
Oh, right,
I was saying not that you don't have the body of a volleyball player, but
No, I
mean,
definitely don't. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't really
well, I
enjoy
was
it
to
either.
say,
So,
like,
I was-
were you similar built now, like
No,
as to where
no.
you were when you played volleyball?
No.
So you were a lot smaller.
Can we
Not
talk
a
about
lot smaller,
your
but, like-
build? Like
Yeah,
when
you
you
were-
were a basketball player, and now you're
Oh
a
yeah,
football
we
player?
talked about that when I was talking about how. when
Well,
I-
even a basketball player in high school.
Oh no, yeah, I've had to put on a lot of weight for football, and I mean it helps. Like I can't play offensive line at 225,
Right.
you know, and I'm not naturally this big of a person. Whenever I go home, I lose weight. If I'm not eating and like 5 meals a day and working out like constantly, I'll start losing weight.
Yeah. How
And
do you guys feel about having to eat so excessively to keep weight on?
I love it. I'm a big foodie, so I
Well,
love it.
Dave, who's our nutritionist, Dave Ellis, he told me the other day that he doesn't have to worry about Nash Hutmaker, me, and Henry to gain weight because we constantly could just easily eat and gain weight. So
You got that
That's
one
nice
covered.
of him. Yeah,
it's very nice of him.
Yes,
Very
you're
nice of him.
winning in that category.
Yeah,
Thank you,
exactly.
Dave. Yeah.
Thanks, Dave. made me feel great.
So well,
I mean,
you
what?
guys just got a new nutritionist. I mean,
Yeah.
we clearly have different nutrition programs because we're offensive linemen and you're a volleyball player. What does
Right.
yours look like?
Yeah, I think obviously, I mean, even across y'all's team, you have different
Yeah.
nutrition
Oh,
and
yeah.
diet plans because you guys need different things as
Receivers and running backs and
Right.
quarterbacks. Yeah.
yeah. And I think for us as volleyball players, we want to be lean and strong, and so I think our diet plan probably looks a lot different than y'all's. And
Yeah, probably. And is it all like, because I know you're talking about how there's a big and a little.
Mhm.
I mean, is it the same? Is it the same diet plan throughout that?
I mean, I guess the big and little is just referring to height.
I think like what he means more like it's for the different positions that you guys have on the court too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do
like
they
they'll
have
have a
different
libero.
diet plans too? Do they have like different diet plans or is it
I
setters.
mean,
just?
there isn't really anyone on our team that has like a plan.
Yeah.
Is it more
Well,
like
they
just
also have-
based on you? Like if you're
yeah, like,
tall and
I
like
mean,
that.
we do our DEXAs. Y'all do your
Yeah.
DEXAs.
Yeah.
And it's
Body.
kind of like
It's our body weight
personalized.
percentage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I can imagine it's probably a little easier for you guys too because we have 150 guys and there's bound to be 15 guys that are either underweight or
way
overweight. But
hold up.
Here, why don't you come in a little bit?
Do you want to talk about the DEXAs? Yeah,
Nah,
yeah, buddy.
so
exactly.
No, I think our focus of nutrition is more about the recovery side of things.
Yeah.
Like she focuses on hydration and protein after workouts and all the different things, like more educational.
Yeah.
I think for you guys it probably makes more sense to have like more of like the rehab and like the nutrition side, like actually like drinking enough water, having enough protein and stuff like
Yeah.
that. More than like for us, a lot of it is like actually like we need to eat food, like
Yeah.
just food,
Right.
And then
Yeah.
like we obviously have like shakes and whatever
Yeah.
afterwards.
And
too,
it
like
gets
protein shakes, but-
expensive whenever
Yeah.
we're not here.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard
Trying-
how much money they spend on like just buying Gatorade powder.
Oh no, yeah, I know our school spends a lot of money on our
I think
nutrition. and-
there's a lot of money going into
but
that.
so
I think
when-
we're one of the schools that spends like the most too.
I would not be surprised by that.
I know Dave feeds us good, which is good. But
Yeah.
They do feel
so stepping outside of volleyball, just as your team in general, I mean, I know you guys just lost some older girls.
Yeah.
How are you guys this year? Like, are you guys really tight, or I mean, is there any? How is the team like molding with all the new freshmen and everything?
Yeah, I think we have a pretty similar dynamic to what it felt like last year. Obviously, we had Lauren and Lexi and who else?
Nippin.
Jazz. Or,
Who else left? Are they the only
Nicklin?
two that?
No,
No, Nicklin's
Nicklin's-
staying. I mean, Kayla's probably staying.
it's just Lauren and Lex. Oh, you can't say. It's just Lauren and Lexi that are gone now, right?
Yeah, I think Lauren and Lexi. So they were both very vital pieces in like
Yeah.
our leadership and obviously upperclassmen that have a lot of experience playing in big matches. And I think that is one of the pieces that looks a little bit different, is just figuring out what the leadership looks like on our team.
Yeah.
But I feel like the vibes are pretty similar in the way that we trust each other and lean on each other and the relationships that we have. And I think we're just trying to like kind of grab the freshmen and bring them into that and get them kind of bought into that idea.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge part for volleyball too, because your team's so much smaller. I mean, you gotta, if you guys get new freshmen, you guys got to bring them along with you guys, because you don't have, like, we have 150 guys. Like, we have the luxury of, like, that's a lot of guys and not many, like, you don't play 150 guys.
Right.
Yeah.
On the volleyball team, you guys have 16 girls. So you guys all need to be, like, cohesive and
ready to go,
hang out. And
And I guess I feel like that looks more similar to, like, your position groups. I
Yeah.
feel like those are similar numbers.
I mean, our position group probably we have almost, we did at one point have double your entire like team.
Yeah.
And like players.
30 in a position group.
Yeah. We had at one point we had like 28.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but
when when the new guys came in and the old guys haven't left yet, that comes close to that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Right now we're probably like almost 20.
Yeah.
20.
No, I mean, we have a lot of guys, but I agree with you. Like that, it's kind of the same. It's really similar because, I mean, we all have to be, like we were talking about this earlier, as an offensive line, we have to know each other like more than just football players. You know, we have to like each other. Yeah, it's all about building chemistry. Yeah. So I mean, I think that just plays a huge part, especially in your game. And I think y'all going to the national championship and y'all getting to where, I mean, y'all came short this year, but it's not like you guys will do good next year too, in the years to come. And do you think that's from Coach Cook kind of building that type of mentality on your team?
Well, I think Coach has established a specific level of culture that he expects out of Nebraska
Kind of
volleyball.
like a standard, like you have to get this.
This is how we expect you to behave, and this is how we expect you to represent us. And if you're going to be a part of us, these are the things you're going to be bought into. And I think the relational side is a big part and due to just us as girls. And we did a ton of work. I mean, in the summer, just having these really open and honest communication and conversation about our conflict styles and what we need from each other and when we need to be picked up in those specific moments. And I feel like we were able to tap into that in those really tough, big moments where we had to perform really well.
Yeah, if you don't perform, you're done. You know,
right? And we could lean on that and lean on each other.
I'm assuming, especially with like a bunch of girls, like that the mental side of that is probably like a little harder too, because like you guys are conflicting together and like you together the entire time. It's kind of with us, like if I get mad at him, I mean it's not that big of a deal, but like since you guys are like such a small team, if somebody gets mad at somebody, like everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
It's like I bet that how is like the mental side of that.
Well, I think there's also a difference between football and volleyball is like the physical aspect, because if you get mad at each other,
we'll just hit each other.
Exactly.
That's fine.
No, whatever.
Like I wouldn't like. Oh, I get mad at Kinsey, I'm gonna punch her in the face.
Yeah. She'd be like, "Whoa, never talking to you again."
I guess. Well, we were in beach practice on Saturday, and there was a ball that like I thought was out of bounds, and I let it drop in bounds, and we were like tied 20-20 or something, playing against Allie and Lexi Rodriguez, and she tackled me onto the sand and started throwing sand on me because she was like, "Why would you do that?" Like, so I guess we do get a little bit.
Y'all do get a little physical. I guess.
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
She tackled me, like fully tackled me.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think she was trying to injure me, but
she don't know.
But I don't know. It's a little bit questionable.
Yeah, no, I've
That's
never,
crazy.
I've never
It's a
done
bit
that.
of a wild card.
No, I know. That's awesome. You ever done anything like that, Nuri, when you played volleyball? I keep coming back to that. I just think that's so funny.
I understand.
Because you look really like you could move around the court so fast, and like I'm just shocked that you're not playing college volleyball.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
To be honest,
the first time me realizing sarcasm there too.
Oh yeah, Nuri's not very good with sarcasm, guys.
I'm trying really hard.
Is that not something that?
Well, it is something, but like in Germany, everybody's very very forward and like we just. If
Blunt,
like
up front.
Like if we don't like you, we don't like you, and that's just gonna be like that. And but here it's like a lot of people like try to please other people, like
very accommodating.
Like, exactly. And so like that came hard to me, like to understand and see people's sarcasms and like their like to me people's emotion. Like to me people's emotion is hard to like understand like what they're feeling. You know what I mean? So like I don't know.
Well, I think that plays a role like with the culture of Germany. I mean, I've never been to Germany. I don't know. I know American culture, you know.
Yeah.
I can't speak from personal experience. I'm clearly not.
I heard from a lot of people that like when they come to Germany that they think that people are rude to them.
Yeah.
Because we're so we're just so blunt, you know, and they say that like people look rude. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we're like just
they start mad.
Yeah, but like it's not just how we are. Like if that is what you don't like, if you don't like that, then I mean you're never gonna like it.
How do you think that plays in like your relationships in football?
That's kind of hard because I don't understand sarcasm from them all the time.
Well,
it's like,
it's kind of funny when you don't understand.
Yeah, it's
but
like
also
they're making fun of me for it, and it's like I'm not realizing that they're making fun of me for it.
But you're not. I mean,
I've
correct me
also
if
been
I'm
here
wrong,
for a while.
though, but you're not like you've been here for a while. So I mean, I don't find you like I don't think you're a mean person. Like I wouldn't be like. I mean, he can. Like I know you were saying, like people. I'm not giving you a compliment, but I know you said when people go to Germany, they're like, "Oh, this guy's being mean." But I guess you kind of do seem a little forward sometimes, because you don't know how to use sarcasm. I guess you're saying,
Yeah, kind of.
But like you don't seem like that very much in football.
I mean, like I said, it's also like I've been here for a while, and I'm trying to like Americanize myself, I guess, in a sense.
But McDonald's and Whataburger.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's in Texas. My bad. wrong.
I actually had Whataburger.
Don't just stop talking. He doesn't like.
That's a sin.
Fine. Yeah, he doesn't like Whataburger apparently, and it really
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just didn't say it's not the greatest.
Minute.
All right.
And this has been Sunday Morning Pancakes here with Maddie Kubik and Nuri Nugadin Nawili.
Close,
Yeah.
and Brent Banks.
Yeah, tune in next week. I think we'll be on at 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. or p.m. 12 p.m.
Noon.
Not 12 a.m. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next week, and hope y'all have a great rest of your day.
All right, go
Today
Bengals.
on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey, Culligan. Yeah, my team stinks.
Ooh, harsh.
No. I mean, they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys have been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of one Culligan Smart High-Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way. Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
You need a place to watch the big game, but you don't want to host at your place, and you don't know what friend's house to invite yourself over to. Join 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for Bengals Rams, and enjoy great food and drink, plus the chance to win great prizes. If you simply show up, you'll have a chance to win free prizes. You just have to be there when your ticket is called. What's better than great food, drinks, and prizes? Hang with us for the big game on Sunday, February 13th at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Great Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Hey,